Hyundai Tucson has been one of the best-selling SUVs globally over the last few years, and for India also, it's not a new name. But now, the all-new Tucson is on sale, and after having seen it at the Auto Expo earlier this year, we finally have got a chance to drive this car, and that's why it's time to find out what is good in this car, what's not, what are the new features, and does it justify its price tag, and is it worth considering in the premium SUV segment or not? So let's find out. Now, those familiar with the design of the earlier Tucson might not find this new one to be radically different, and that's because this is basically a facelift. Now, while Hyundai calls it an all-new Tucson, this is not a new generation model, and being a facelift, it of course has design updates. So up front you can see it now sports a wider grille, which the design we all know is now very synonymous with Hyundai design. Of course, there's a lot of chrome on it, so that should keep a lot of people happy. You have these new headlamps now. Again, these are LED headlamps, and of course you've got the DRLs, the tail lamps at the back. Again, these are also LED. The hood, the bumpers, again the design for these two have been revised, and as a result of this, the new Tucson looks a far more sharper vehicle than its previous model, and of course it looks much premium at the same time. On the side and rear too, there are changes that give the new Tucson a different look from its earlier model, and these include the 18-inch good-looking diamond cut alloy wheels, and these fill up the wheel arches nicely, so that of course adds to the dynamic stance of the vehicle. You've got these smart looking blackened out roof rails and the nice looking sleek tail lamps. Of course, there's the dual tip exhaust at the rear, and that again adds a little bit more sportiness to the overall profile. The cabin experience of the new Tucson comprises mostly of hits, but there are a few misses too. And what are those? Allow me to explain. Well, first of all, the good part. The overall dashboard design is quite pleasing. It has got a neat layout, and if you look at the quality, the soft touch material on the top part and the middle part as well, so it gives an additional sense of a premium flair, and it is good to touch as well. You have this infotainment screen here. Now this of course with the update you're getting in this new Tucson a full connectivity experience, which is the Blue Link, so that means it comes with an embedded SIM, and just like we've seen on the Creta and the Verna, you can now do a lot using your smartphone, such as remotely starting the engine on and off, switching on the air conditioner, tracking your car, and a lot of other stuff. So it's the same Blue Link that we find on other Hyundai cars. In addition to that, of course, you have a climate control here, and there are some smart features too, and that include a wireless charging pad for your smartphone. There are two 12-volt charging sockets along with a USB slot up front to keep multiple devices charged on the go. The instrument cluster has a neat and a clutter-free look to it, so everything you need is offered in a crisp and a clear manner using a combination of analog meters and a digital MID display. If you come to the screen, well, now this screen, like I said, of course it's a connected car, so there's a lot you can do. It has Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, navigation. But for those of you who are familiar with the newer cars coming out from the Hyundai stable like the Creta or the Verna, well, many of you will be quick to notice that this does not have a large touchscreen. It in fact gets an 8-inch touchscreen, and that is a bit of a downer when you compare it to the lower priced Creta or the Verna. But as far as the performance of the screen is concerned, no complaints. The resolution is nice. The interface is again the same Hyundai interface, so it's easy to use, and of course it is a good system, but like I said, it's just that the newer ones offer a larger screen. Also, the other thing that you might find missing is the Tucson, despite being a much more premium vehicle, does not come with ventilated seats up front, and that again is a miss for me. But as far as other features are concerned, it does make up a lot. It offers you electrically adjustable seats up front, 10-way for the driver, 8-way for the co-passenger. It has a huge and a nice looking panoramic sunroof, and of course there are a lot of smart places designed all around the cabin to allow you for easy and clutter-free storage of small knickknacks inside the cabin. As far as the rear cabin experience of the Tucson is concerned, well, it continues to offer a good amount of comfort, and that is because the Tucson has a spacious cabin. Now, if I look at the rear legroom, well, again, it is not a problem at all, because even with the driving seats, the front seats adjusted to my driving preference, and I'm 5 feet 8 inches, I have a lot of legroom to spare. In terms of headroom, again, no issues at all. So even if you're someone who's considerably taller than me, the Tucson will not make you feel uncomfortable. Of course, despite the black interior all around, there is no claustrophobic feeling inside the cabin, and that is primarily because the glass house area is quite open and the panoramic sunroof helps ease out the matters even more. In terms of convenience, well, you do get rear AC vents, and there's a USB charging slot for your smartphones as well. There's this cushioned armrest with dual cup holders, and the seat itself is quite nice. It's a relatively wide seat, offers good amount of under thigh support, so that is something really nice. And because of its flat design, you can have 3 adults sitting in this seat, because the transmission tunnel 2 is not really high. So yes, for some time you can have 3 adults sitting here. So yes, you add to it the backrest angle, and you get a rear seat that will keep you comfortable even on long journeys. And as far as long drives go, well, the one thing that a lot of us look forward to over long drives is music. And this is an area where the Tucson shines, because it offers an infinity audio system, 8 speakers, and the sound quality is very impressive. So if you're someone who is an audiophile, well, again, the Tucson is going to keep you happy in this department too. Now, before we start the action in this video, well, if you end up liking it, please hit that subscribe button and share it as well, and do not forget to press that bell icon to stay updated to our all new and upcoming videos. And once you start driving the new Hyundai Tucson, well, there is a lot that you would end up liking. Let's start off with the engines first. What you get is a choice between a 2-liter petrol or a 2-liter diesel engine, and the one that we are driving right now is the diesel one, and this is the top variant, and it comes with an all-wheel drive system as well. Now, this engine develops about 184 horsepower and a healthy 400 Newton meters of torque, and as a result of all this power, what happens is that the Tucson accelerates off the line pretty quickly. And using the modes, you have a choice between eco, comfort and sport. If you put it into sports mode, well, you do get slightly more crisp acceleration. The gearbox holds on to the higher revs for longer, and as a result of that, you can have a much more enjoyable experience than you would while driving in, say, an eco or a comfort mode. But for your daily driving needs, again, those 2 modes are more than enough. And what is really nice about this powertrain is the refinement level. So the NVH levels have been controlled very well, and this despite being a diesel motor, except for the slight sound that filters inside once you start the engine. Apart from that, when you're driving around in the city, probably going around at city speed limits, or even when you're out on the highway and you're going at triple-digit speeds, the cabin stays calm and quiet and fairly insulated from all external disturbances. And in terms of the gearbox, well, this one comes with an 8-speed automatic gearbox, and this is a very nice gearbox. It offers a very good balanced performance. So it isn't a gearbox which is inclined towards performance and gives you snappy quick shifts, no, but that doesn't mean it's slow as well. So it offers decently quick upshifts, downshifts, and it doesn't mind dropping a gear or two when you want it to. So yes, it is a gearbox that offers a good balance between comfort as well as fast performance. As far as fuel efficiency is concerned now, well, the drive that we are doing today with the Tucson, it's not a very long one, it's a fairly short one. And over this drive, wherein most of our time has been spent in city traffic, especially in the morning, which was the morning rush hour traffic, despite that, the Tucson has managed to give us a system indicated fuel efficiency of 14.1 kilometers to a liter, and that has improved recently because we are now driving in the noon on slightly less occupied roads. Now coming to the ride and handling part, well, as far as ride quality is concerned, like you would expect from any Hyundai, the Tucson offers a very good ride quality. It has a cushioned ride quality, and the suspension setup is again nice, so there is a bit of a roll that you can make out when you're going hard over corners, but then again it's not too much. And on straight line, again, the stability is good. All your the potholes and the expansion joints and the surface undulations are dealt with in a very good manner, and that again adds to the overall occupant comfort inside the cabin. Now handling, again, like I said earlier, it is a very stable vehicle in the straight line, and it's a pretty much neutral handling vehicle. So if you're going around corners, it goes around in a fairly confident manner, and until and unless you're pushing it really hard, well, I don't see any reason why you would complain about the Tucson's handling. And even if you're braking from a high speed, even in cases of panic braking, the Tucson maintains its line and again comes to a quick and a reassuring stop. Now, this being a four-wheel drive SUV, well, it has a four-wheel drive system, and again, the ground clearance is quite generous. As a result of that, well, overcoming bad roads or the crater-like potholes isn't really an issue. And since you have four-wheel drive and you also have a four-wheel drive lock, that means that when the going gets tough, the Tucson can do a fair bit of off-roading. That said, it is not a hardcore off-roader like its rival Jeep Compass, but yes, you can easily plan your Leh Ladakh trips, and once in a while a fair bit of off-roading as well. As far as prices go, well, you can see them at the bottom part of your screen right now, and if you look at the pricing, well, the Hyundai Tucson is brought into India through the CKD route, and that's the reason why the pricing is decent but not aggressive like we have gotten used to seeing on most of Hyundai products. Now, keeping the price thing aside, well, if you look at the vehicle in terms of features and what it offers, even from a price perspective, is really impressive, because what really sets the Tucson apart from its rivals, and those rivals include the Jeep Compass, Skoda Karoq and the Honda CR-V to an extent. So what really makes this different is the fact that this offers everything but not in a little quantity. This offers you pretty much the best of every area. So be it your driving dynamics, be it the power, be it the efficiency, be it the comfort inside the cabin, the connectivity, the looks, it offers a very well-rounded experience, making it one of the most balanced packages in the premium SUV segment. And for that reason, if you are out looking in the market for a premium SUV, the Hyundai Tucson definitely is the one worth considering.